Hi, it's my favorite time of day, the time of day when I get to read a good book to you. Today we're going to read Punctuation Celebration by Elsa Knight Bruno. And this is another book about how important punctuation is for when you are reading or writing. And I hope that you know how to use the proper punctuation whenever you write, and I hope you pay attention to the punctuation when you read, because that's part of fluency. Being able to read fluently means paying attention to the punctuation, because it's kind of like traffic signals. It tells you how to read. All right, punctuation field day, 50-yard dash. And look at all these events. Parentheses, jump rope, three-legged race, field day frolic. On your marks, get set, let's go to a sporty exploration into words and punctuation. We'll meet the players, learn each name, and celebrate this special game. And here we have period. The period is just a dot found sitting in its favorite spot. When a sentence ends, it comes and plops, and where it plops, the sentence stops. It also can abbreviate and address first name, size, or weight, like LB for pound, FT for feet, DOZ for dozen, and ST for street. Elizabeth and little Jay bought 2 dozen eggs today, 1 pound of cheese and non-stick spray at the Delaney Street Cafe. And do you see the punctuation there that they used? Okay, now we have the question mark. What is a question mark? When do you need it? Where do you put it? How do you read it? A question mark is apropos when there are things you want to know. You put it after words that ask. To answer is another's task. A present for me? Can I give it a squeeze? Can I pull off the ribbons? Can I open it, please? You see the question marks? And when you say a question, your voice kind of comes up at the end of the sentence. Now we have our favorite, the exclamation point. The exclamation point has clout. Hip, hip, hooray! Strike 3, you're out. It fires you up, there is no doubt. The symbol means you have to shout. Annie crawled under when she heard the thunder, along with some dust and a spider. Kaboom! There's nothing more frightening than listening to lightning, unless it's that spider beside her. Eek, eek. See all those exclamation marks? Comma. The comma is common and commonly used to separate clauses with essential pauses. Don't want to confuse you, but think you should know. It does not say stop, it simply says slow. Please use it whenever you're writing the date, words in a series, and cities with states. Today, March 1st, I boarded a train in sleet, snow, and rain for Bar Harbor, Maine. I've been to Bar Harbor, Maine. Have you ever been there? Apostrophe. Alas, the poor apostrophe has 2 big jobs, it seems to me. In order to help words possess, it tags along and adds an S, like Mickey's mess or Della's dress. And when one word, not 2, is better, it happily replaces letters. Whatever's left is not a fraction. We'll call the new word a contraction, like can't or will or its or she'll. Mickey made a mighty mess, spilling paint on Della's dress. Now it's being washed and pressed. Quotation marks. Quotation marks come 2 by 2. Use 2 before, 2 when you're through. Enclosed are words said by another, like clean this messy room, yelled Mother, or 7 years ago. Who said those words? I'll bet you know. Do you see a clue here of who said those words in a famous speech? And do you see how what Mother said, exactly what came out of her mouth, is what is in these quotation marks? That's where you use those. 7 years ago. Who said that? You're right, Abraham Lincoln. Colon. The colon is quite stubborn and always will insist it be the one and only one to introduce a list. Another use when telling time, no matter how you spin it, at 6:30 it separates the hours from the minutes. Do you see how it separates the hour from the minutes? I shook my blue jeans upside down, both pockets emptied. These I found: some cookie crumbs, a plastic spoon, a box of raisins from last June, 2 gumballs, and a red balloon. We'd better wash my blue jeans soon. See all those commas or colons? A semicolon. The semicolon separates 2 sentences if they relate. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm going to be 7. I'm having a party at 11:30. 10 friends are invited. I am so excited. Parentheses. Parentheses, 2 hands are gentle, enclosing words that aren't essential. At lunch, my friends asked me to trade my chocolate milk for lemonade, my super sub from Barney's Deli, for pita bread with gloppy jelly, my deviled eggs, Mom makes the best, for sour grapes that I detest. Mom always told us we should share. Tomorrow, I'm not sitting there. Ellipses. Ellipses points, 3 tiny dots, are perfect for those silent spots. Their use, dear reader, is permitted when certain phrases are omitted. Well, I wonder, could it be that rainbows come out just for me? Dash. The dash, a punctuation mark, is more causal than a comma, so I prefer to think it is a comma in pajamas. Oops, I had better mention this. Remember, when you read it, a dash is used to emphasize the words that will precede it. One thing I must tell you, not one, there are 2. I'm glad I am me, and I'm glad you are you. Don't let a hyphen fool you. A dash it is not. This poem will remind you, in case you forgot. To form compound words, it sometimes is found, like tom-tom and t-shirt and merry-go-round. Also, you should know, sometimes it will appear and split up a word when a line end is near. You see the hyphens in red? The game. Who is stronger? Who will win? Let the fun and games begin. But period was soon to fall. It happened when it kicked the ball. First it tripped and then it plopped, and that is when the playing stopped. Words took note and congregated. Soon a sentence was created. One by one, each punctuation ran to its preferred location. Sentences were dancing, laughing, joining hands, and paragraphing. Do you see all those words and punctuation? Words went whirling by enraptured. Paragraphs were being chaptered. And, with not a word to spare, stories piled up everywhere. Happy fans rushed from the stands. All were cheering, clapping hands. When the dust cleared, it revealed readers on the playing field. Mixing words and punctuation, it's a winning combination. And that's the end. Do you see how important punctuation can be? And I hope maybe you learned a new form of punctuation that maybe you weren't familiar with before. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye, Kiara.